you a happy new week. Good morning, wherever you are. My name is Solomon Ego, real estate professional consultant based here in the city of Asaba, Delta State. So it's a wonderful new week. It's a new day. It's a new beginning, the start of something new. And today we'll be talking about a very important topic in real estate, although, in the course of this session, we might dive, and digress a bit out of real estate to, businesses at large or life at large, right? So do well to like, share, comment on this live video, and also subscribe to the channel to get more videos, value content videos that will help you in terms of acquisition, documentation, how to verify documents, and what have you. So the topic for this morning is why people miss opportunities in real estate. Why people miss opportunities in real estate. Now, let's be straight up, right? A lot of persons have missed opportunities right from ages past. Opportunities have been missed in terms of lands that you were supposed to acquire when they were, selling for prices that you could afford in major cities, right? And a lot of persons missed out on these offers, missed out on these opportunities, not because they were not able to buy those properties at that point in time. No, they were able to buy these properties at that point in time. But a lot of factors, the factor of fear, factor of what if I'm scammed and all that came in, and a lot of them missed out on these opportunities. Now, I haven't been in this business for a while right now. There is something that a lot of persons, do when they see an opportunity. When a prospect reaches out to me and they tell me things like, let me think about it. Let me think about it. Thinking, don't get me wrong, thinking is very, very good, right? Especially when it comes to real estate. They don't, personally, I advise, my prospects that you should ensure that you think about owning properties, right? When you see opportunities, ensure that you verify these opportunities before you make payments. Now, thinking is good, due diligence is good, investigation is good. But when you over analyze, you tend to waste time and you tend to miss out on opportunities. You waste time, you miss out on opportunities, and that opportunities don't ever come again, especially in real estate. Whenever you miss out on an opportunity in a particular location, it will not come again in that same, it might not come again in that same location or at that same price, because real estate keeps appreciating per time, per time. It keeps appreciating. It never depreciates. It keeps appreciating. So when you miss out on an opportunity, that's it. You've missed out on it for life. So when people tell me that, let me think about it, I tell you, okay, what aspect of this opportunity are you not clear on? Do you need more clarification on so that I can help you? So that when you go back to think, you'll be equipped with the right knowledge of that particular property so you can think it clearly. But a lot of persons, either due to fear, they tend to, say, let me think about it, and that's how they miss out on the opportunities. So thinking is good, but then ensure that you are very, very what? Snappy in the thinking, in your due diligence, so that time will not pass you by, opportunities will not pass you by. Right. So the first reason why people miss opportunity in real estate is the fear of making mistake. Fear of making mistake. You see, this number one has made a lot of persons go back into their shell. They see opportunities, and due to fear, and this fear emanates from maybe past experiences or experiences of other persons around them. So the experiences of people around them or their own past experiences makes them that when they see a new opportunity, they tend not to go all out. The fear is still there. So, you know, there's that, tendency that they will be scared. They will be scared. I have a customer, a client who bought from me, about 2, 3 months ago. And this person, when the person saw my ad on Facebook and hit my DM, and we started talking. The person was like, okay, let me think about it, right? So I kept following up every 2 days, every 3 days. I kept following up. It took this person a while, after much following up, both chats and calls. Then this person decided to come for inspection. Now this person came for inspection, saw the property, saw the documents, took a snap of the documents, and told me that he will go and verify, right? Now we started another follow up again. After the person has come for the inspection, started following up again. And the last call we had before the person gave payment, he said something. He said there was a land he bought in the east. I don't want to mention the state. And he paid to the wrong owner. He paid to the wrong person. And that was how he lost the land. In fact, he has started developing on that land. He has started developing on the land, doing fence, like full fence on the land to start building. So that was when the real owner of the land came into the picture. And then, the matter lingered, went to court and all that. And finally, he lost the land because he was not with the right documents. The owner of the land had, the right documents intact. And so that was how he lost the land. So with that experience of that particular client, he became so very, very sensitive and cautious when it comes to buying properties. Right? So he doesn't want to repeat that mistake. So you get to see that a lot of persons who have passed through this, would be so, so careful. That fear, I don't want to make a mistake again. I don't want to make that mistake again. Grips them and makes them, not to take drastic measures, not to take action when they are supposed to take action. So the fear of making mistake withholds a lot of persons, and this in turn makes them lose out on opportunities, genuine opportunities, because of that fear in them, right? So if you are, one of my, followers, viewers out there, and it's a similar case for you, you can reach out to me so I can actually guide you professionally on making the right real estate investment without having to make mistakes. You get the point. So the second reason why people miss out on opportunities is waiting for perfect timing or waiting for the perfect condition to invest. Now, if there's no perfect time, right? In life, there's no perfect time to take a decision. There's actually no perfect time. There's actually no perfect condition to take a decision. When you meet an opportunity, you get an opportunity, it is expected that you go through, do your due diligence, and after the due diligence, take action. Take action, right? So there is no perfect condition, there's no perfect timing in real estate. You could see a property today selling for 5 million naira, and in the blink of an eye, the property is now selling for 7.5, and you can't afford it again. A lot of persons have seen properties that they would have bought, but they tell you that this property is too far, it's still bushy. So they are waiting for the property to fully develop, and not knowing that in real estate, your little money, the money you have, the budget you have right now, can only buy a property in the developing site. Take for instance, those persons that have 1 million naira right now. Do you think that 1 million naira can buy, let's say a 50 by 100 in Upper Road right now, as I'm speaking? 1 million naira cannot buy a property even in the Buzo. So you can't be waiting for the perfect timing or the perfect condition. The wise man once said the best time to buy a land was 10 years ago. The second best time to buy land is now. So as the day goes by, as time unfolds, the prices of land don't wait. In fact, land does not wait. Land is not emotional. Land is not there for you alone, right? Land is not waiting for you. So the more you keep delaying, the more the price keep going up. And that was why you see a lot of our fathers, they miss out on opportunities, especially in cities like Lagos, Abuja. They were opportune to buy, then they had the money. The economy wasn't like this, right? They had the money to buy lands, in cheaper locations, in developed places right now. They had the opportunity. But then they could not because they were waiting for the right timing. Some of them gave excuses like, this place is still bushy, let me wait. So the more you're waiting, the more the price is going up. Buying the right location and then waiting is the best decision any intelligent investor can do. So you buy the right location and wait. You don't wait to buy. You buy the right location and you wait for development to happen. In fact, as development is coming, you are profiting. You are in profit already because as both sides are coming into that location, the price is going up. So let's say you buy Palm City Phase 2, right? That's currently selling for 750K right now in Olodo. And development comes in. Maybe the government has the road. The price moves up to 1 million. You're already in profit already, right? 250K profit already. A major landmark, maybe a government establishment comes in there. The price of that land moves to 3 million. You see, it keeps moving. It doesn't depreciate. The only thing that depreciates in real estate is buildings. It's not the land. The land itself keeps appreciating. But building, depreciates due to cracks, maintenance and all that, poor maintenance and all that. So it depreciates. But land itself does not depreciate. Land does not depreciate. So there is no perfect condition, there's no perfect timing for you to, log into an opportunity, buying into an opportunity. So that's the second point. The third one and the last one is lack of clear goals. Lack of clear goals. In fact, a lot of persons are guilty of this last point. Lack of clear goals. You want to buy a land, but you don't have a clear purpose. Why do I want to buy a land? You have not sat down to actually, look into it, ponder on it. Why do I need this land? If I buy this land, what am I going to do with it? So a lot of persons just reach out to realtors, reach out to marketers and say they want to buy land, but not actually having a clear purpose, a clear goal of what they will do with that land. That's why you see a lot of persons when they buy land and then the next week they are disturbing the marketer. Can you help me sell? Because they did not have a clear goal. If you're buying a land for a long-term investment, you should know that you're buying this land for a long-term investment and you put a fixed year that you're going to leave that land. If it's 5 years, you put a fixed year that, okay, this land, I'm going to buy it and then I'm not going to sell it, I'm not going to touch it, I'm not going to do anything on it till the next 5 years. Right? Then there's another person that will look at it and say, oh, I've stayed, as a tenant for a long while. I have a family. I'm capable of buying land and building my own house. So you buy land, and you know that the purpose of you buying this land is to build your family house. So you have a clear purpose already. So you know that once I buy the property, I start building. After building, I move in with my family. So your purpose is clear. But a lot of persons don't have a clear purpose. That is why opportunities keep passing them day in, day out, day in, day out. Opportunities keep passing them because they don't have a clear goal. Now, in few days, we'll be moving into the second half of the year, July, right? What is your goals for the second half of the year? What is your real estate goals for the second half of the year? Are you planning on buying a land? Now, state clearly what the land is. Is it for investment? Is it for land banking? Is it that you want to build immediately? You need to be clear on the purpose of why you want to buy the land. So ensure that you sit back within these few days that we have to, and really strategize that, okay, moving into the second quarter of the year, I'm going to buy a land. And this is the purpose for in which I want to buy this land. I want to land bank with it. I want to land bank with it for the next 10 years. So you know that by 2036, that's when you're going to start using the land, or you're going to resell to make profit. So having a clear purpose is one of the things that you need as an investor so that you don't miss out on opportunities. Because once you have a clear purpose, that, okay, I want to buy a land, right, for land banking, and then you see an opportunity that a land banking project, you quickly subscribe to that opportunity. So that way you don't miss out on opportunities. So with these 3 points, these are the three keys. These are the three things that make people miss out on opportunity. I'm going to run through them again. The first is fear of making mistakes. The second is waiting for perfect condition or timing. The third one is lack of clear goals. So ensure that you are prepared for any opportunity that you see. Right? When preparation meets opportunity, success, they say, happens. So ensure that this new week you plan strategically, with clear purpose and vision for your real estate, acquisition moving into the second half of the year. I come your way again tomorrow live on this channel, and I see you. Do well to watch this video, comment, like, subscribe to this channel. I'm going to see you tomorrow. Have a great day.